Hello there, before I start the video I just wanted to mention that this video is not sponsored. However, this mouse was provided to me for free to review, but all of my thoughts and opinions that I've stated in this video are my own and they were not influenced in any way. Please enjoy the video. Yo, what's going on everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I have a review of the Drevo Falcon Wireless gaming mouse. I posted an unboxing video last week on the channel. If you haven't seen that, I'll make sure I put it in a card on the top right or link it down below if you guys missed that. But unboxing is already done, this is just the review, so let's just get straight into it. My quick opinion on the mouse first before I go into full on depth. I think it's a great mouse for the price of £40. It is a good shape, it's a good design. Generally the quality is okay, however there are some issues that I have noticed in my week of using it. But everything from battery life to shape to RGB is all really good on this mouse. So let's start off with charging and battery life. So I used this mouse for a week and I used it quite frequently, both with RGB on and RGB off sometimes depending on how I was feeling, and this thing easily lasted me 40 plus hours. It does deactivate after about a minute or 30 seconds if you don't touch it to save power, and the RGB turns off as well if you do have RGB on, which is cool. It runs on Type-C charging, so it's not running micro USB, which is really cool. One thing to note is the cable can't be too fat, because I have a OnePlus charging cable which is quite thick and that one won't fit. I'll show some footage now, but that won't fit. Only their standard cable is the only cable I own that actually fits this mouse, which is a bit of a bummer, but I can see why they did it, because their cable that they include is absolutely amazing. It's almost on par with Glorious's Model O cable. It's very, very good, so it's not too much of a big deal, but it is something to mention. Also, when you get this mouse, there's actually plastic on the mouse feet. I didn't notice this for like the first hour of use, and I was like, this feels a little weird. There's actually plastic. If you do a nail on the mouse feet, they'll peel off, so just make sure you do that when you get yours. When it comes to the shape and design, I have a comparison with the Model O here. I think this is the shape of the G Pro Wireless. It's a similar copy, it's not identical. I think it's slightly bigger grip width. The weight on this is, I measured it at 89 grams without the receiver. It's stated as 90, so it's pretty close. And it feels pretty light, especially without a wire because it's wireless. It feels really good, and I really have actually gotten used to in the last week the wireless mouse feel, and I really like it. There's no worry about a cable getting in your way. It's so good, and like I'm actually considering switching to this as my full-time mouse, but I'm not 100% sure on that because there's a big weight difference from my Model O to this. The mouse feet on this are actually 100% PTFE. I don't know if they're virgin grade, but they are white and they do glide very well. So this is your mouse button sound test, and if I do, first of all, I have an issue with one of these clicks, so if I just show you this, mouse 1 sounds fine, pretty crispy actually, pretty good, all happy with that. However, this right click, I don't know if you guys can hear that or the mic's picking it up, but the right mouse button sounds a little more rattly and just not as good. It's not a massive deal, they both feel exactly the same, but when it comes to the sound, there's a slight bit more rattle compared to a left click, which is pretty much flawless. Moving on to side buttons here. These sound pretty decent, nothing to worry about. DPI, little bit rattly when I click it in and lift out, but it clicks really well and it feels solid, and it's also a low profile so it doesn't get in the way when you're using, which is great. Scroll wheel, and now here's your quality test. So if I like squeeze it, a little bit of creaking, squish it, creaking. If I shake it, there's something loose in there. I don't know if that's the scroll wheel, because when I hold the scroll wheel, it still goes, so it's not the scroll wheel, it's something else, but there is some rattle in there, so that needs to be worked on, hopefully. And side wall flex, I'm pushing really hard. I can't get any activation of side buttons, so these walls are really strong on the mouse, which is always good. So yeah, the quality right here isn't amazing, but at this £40 price point, this is about what you should expect, especially for the kind of specs that this is holding. When it comes to the gaming performance was amazing for me. In my week of testing, I had no spinouts, no dropouts in connection. Everything worked great. The sensor performed flawlessly. I had no tracking issues. I played a lot of Overwatch, mainly just Overwatch in this week, and my aim was basically as good as it is on my normal mouse in a week, which is pretty good, maybe slightly worse, but when I get used to it more, that should improve. But as you can see from some of the gameplay, my aim isn't too bad for only a week of usage. The RGB on this mouse is so nice. I think because it's white, like the light radiates from it really well, and it like reflects off and everything. It looks so good. I'll put some clips on screen now of how nice that looks. Really nice. Definitely will look better in the white if you get the white. That also comes in black too, but I think the white is the way to go if you love RGB. Alright, here's a quick rundown of the software. So you have your programmable mouse buttons here, which you can change to whatever you want. You have your battery percentage, so it tells you what's full and what's not. You've got a little bar here to judge as well. This is your RGB effects, so you can change from a few here as well as off. Change the cursor speed and that. Your polling rate here. DPI, you can set your DPI stages, and you can have a specific color to go to match with that. You can also add up to 6 DPI stages, which is pretty convenient. This is very similar software to that VicSync mouse I reviewed, and also my Model O actually looks pretty similar to this software as well. You can change your mouse sensitivity, scroll speed, double click, so if you want to do a bit quicker, I increased mine a little bit. You can create macros too. I don't use macros, but you can also. So this is pretty decent software to get you going. Obviously, all of your saves when you apply are saved directly onto the mouse, so you can uninstall the software afterwards and you won't have to worry. But I think it's quite cool to have because you can do all the lighting and the polling rate and stuff. So yeah, pretty decent software, gets the job done. In conclusion, I think this is a great mouse for the £40 price. They've gotten so much right. They have a great shape, a great sensor, good RGB. The matte finish on the white especially looks really nice. There are some issues, and mainly the build quality. The build quality isn't perfect. There is some rattle and creaking, as you heard earlier, but I think this is a decent trade-off for what you're getting. You're getting very good specs in a pretty nice wireless package here. So that's the end of this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you want to help support what I do. If you're interested in purchasing this mouse, if you have medium to large hands, I would definitely recommend it. It's an excellent mouse. Then you can check out my Amazon affiliate links in the description if you want to purchase, and this will help me out tremendously. So it'd be really appreciated if you are going to purchase, you use them. Anyway, if you have any extra questions that I've forgotten to mention, please let me know in the comments and I'll try to get back to all you guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace out.